Hello and welcome to the Jack Breslin Students Event Center on the campus of Michigan State University. Today, the Michigan High School Athletic Association and ABS Sports present the 1997 Class A Boys Basketball Semifinal. Hi everyone, I'm Jason, joined by Al Pscholka, and we've got an exciting one for you today. The Northmen of Petoskey at 23-2, taking on the Yellowjackets of Birmingham Detroit Country Day at 23-3. And Al, of course, when you talk about Country Day, all eyes on Mr. Basketball, Shane Battier.
Shane Battier, and he can do it all. The only games that Country Day lost were out of state, and they were without Shane Battier, who had that broken left elbow. The winner of this one will get the Class B final and take on the Albion Wildcats, who knocked off Flint Powers a little bit earlier. This is going to be a battle between a team that can just flat out shoot it and Petoskey, and there we get a shot of Shane Battier. 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. He's off to play for Mike Krzyzewski at Duke next year. Petoskey, meanwhile, Joe, here's a team that shoots 47% from behind the three-point line, 57% on all their field goals, has 2 scorers with more than 20 points per game, and not only that, they've topped the century mark on 3 occasions and topped the 90 mark on 3 occasions. This is the highest scoring team left in the tournament, the Northmen of Petoskey.
Exciting news today. Chris Webber has been a recipient of this award. Jason Kidd. Shane Battier has been named the Naismith winner for the entire country. So that's very exciting for the folks at Country Day. You know, talk about Petoskey, and they have scored 80 or more points 12 times, 90 or more 6 times, 100 or more points 3 times. They're coached by Dennis Starkey in his 11th year, 220 up, 120 down, and the Northmen are riding high on their three-point shooting. You talked about 47% from the three-point arc. Let's move to Country Day. State titles in '89 as a Class C team. 90, 91, 95, and 96 is a Class B team. They're going for the three-peat today, actually this weekend, as they try to make it in the state finals today with their 3rd state title in a row. Should be an exciting ball game. The guys from the north against the guys from the east.
Absolutely, and for Kurt Keener, this would be his 6th state title.
Well, the teams are gathered around their coaches as they get set for the tip-off of this ball game. The starting lineups coming your way in just a moment. Assistants to Coach Kurt Keener for the Yellowjackets: Jay Schwartz, Gary Keener, Dave Voorhees, John Wilson, and Chris Paponis. And the assistants for Dennis Starkey and Petoskey: Sean Paulian and Matt Tam. 11 years coaching for Dennis Starkey. Good sports are winners. The Michigan High School Athletic Association is proud to be with ABS Sports for the presentation of this exciting Class A semifinal from the Jack Breslin Student. That's a Class B semifinal from the Jack Breslin Student Event Center on the campus of Michigan State University. So easy to think of Class A when you think of Country Day. They think they can play with anyone. They think that out of any school in the state, they played the toughest schedule.
I don't think anyone can even say they are not. They're in the top 12 in the country. Here's a team that held Birmingham Brother Rice to 33 points, beat Battle Creek Central by better than 30. They have played everybody. They've played Albion. They've played Saginaw Novell Catholic. They've played Flint Northern, Holland Christian. They've been all over the state. They've been to Illinois. They've been to Ohio. They've taken this show on the road, and they come in here 23-3.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. The Northmen of Petoskey, the Yellowjackets of Country Day. And there you see the matchup at the forward. Foltz against Manciel. Manciel averaging 13.8 a game, 7.3 boards. He shoots 59% from the floor. Warden takes on Battier. That'll be a huge matchup down low. And of course, the big centers, Swinner for Petoskey, Dill for Country Day. The guards, Flynn and Huffman will go for Petoskey. Weber and Hunter will go for Country Day. And a couple of famous people in their family. Weber, of course, his older brother, Chris Weber, now in the NBA. And, of course, Javin Hunter, his dad, James Hunter, played for the Detroit Lions.
A lot of scoring comes from the backcourt for the Northmen. John Flynn averages 22.4. Trevor Huffman, 22 points a game. Both of these kids can shoot it.
Let's take a look at your officials for today. William Newhouse, Todd Hope, and Timothy Miller. Tim Miller, an outstanding University of Michigan baseball player in his college days. And the starting lineup's just about finished, and we'll get set to tip this one off. This crowd is even overflowing into the upper deck here at Breslin.
Great crowd here tonight for this Class B semifinal. As we said, the winner will get Albion. Albion, another very athletic team, knocking off Powers Catholic Central 74-59 in the Class B semi earlier. A long ride for Petoskey, and they're here at the Breslin Center, and they're out in full force.
Northman beat Sault Ste. Marie 83-40 in the regionals. Then Gaylord in the regional final 75-73. Knocked off Bridgeport 80-43 in the quarterfinals. And here they meet the Yellowjackets in the finals. They shake hands and come on out. Petoskey, of course, in their home white uniforms with the dark lettering and the dark trim. And the Yellowjackets in the dark blue and yellow.
You know, we mentioned Shane Battier, but he is not the only weapon for Country Day. They have 3 other starters in double figures. Javin Hunter is also an all-stater at 18 a game. David Weber at 12 a game and 13 a game for Manciel, and Manciel can be a load on that low post.
Battier will jump it against Trevor Huffman, 6'2" against 6'8" in the middle. And we're underway, and Battier controls the tip. Yellowjackets right to left with David Weber at 6'2". He's a junior, back next year, left-handing to the left side. Javin Hunter holds it free throw line extended, and here's Mike Manciel, fires a 3, and it's good. That's just inside the arc. That'll be a 2. It's 2-0 to get started.
Man-to-man defense for the Northmen that first time down, and they're trying to front Battier down in the box.
Trevor Huffman, free throw line extended right, standing dribble, works it on Hunter. Drives, lays it high off the glass, and it's good. Went in on David Weber and laid it in. Got a little hand across the face. Checked to see if there was any blood, and we're tied at 2.
Boy, excellent use of the body that time. He sealed Weber off and got it off the window.
Weber right side, Manciel. Manciel ball above his head. Javin Hunter notion, doesn't want it. Weber left side. Weber lob down low. Battier backs it out. Manciel right side. Hunter stops into the middle, kicked around, loose, picked up by Petoskey. The Northman heading from left to right.
Really sagged down that time and really covering the post.
Tyler Sweener kicks it out, throws it into the Yellowjacket bench. That's the first turnover of the game. We're tied at 2, just underway. 6:55 remaining in the first.
Look at that
David
jacket.
Weber.
Look at that jacket Kirk Keener's on. We'll be able to miss him.
David Weber, left-hand dribble between the circles, checked out front by Adam Fulls. Lob into the middle. Battier looks it over. Dish left side. Weber for 3. High arcer, good. 5-2, Country Day.
Good penetration that time and a nice kick out.
There's that jacket.
The dapper one.
Trevor Huffman, standing dribble. John Flynn runs the show. The 6-foot junior averaging 22.4 a game. In the corner, Adam Fulls doesn't want it. Back out front to Flynn. Flynn now working it around the right side. Javin Hunter's on him. Between the legs, he'll drive. Javin Hunter put it up. Battier with a block and the rebound. Here comes the 4-on-4, and Battier will have to slow it down. He'll just bring it to the wing and back out front to Weber. Javin Hunter lob down low, caught by Colin Dill, put it up, couldn't get it. Follow is no good, but a foul is called, and we're going to have our first foul of the game called on Petoskey. Looked like Tyler Sweener was right there, the 6'4" senior.
And he gave good weak side help that time. They threw the high lob to Dill. Sweener came over from the right side of the lane to help out, but got him on the forearm. Country Day going to the bench here early as Battier comes out and Mike Knight checks in.
Sean Warden, the foul, the 6'2" senior, his first and the team's first. And at the line, it's Colin Dill for the 2. Front end's good. 6-2 Country Day, 5:51 left here in the first.
Really a 3-guard look right now for Country Day with Knight and Weber and Javin Hunter.
Next one falls. It's 7-2, an early 5-point lead for the Yellowjackets. John Flynn will dribble at three-quarter court and bring it up against Mike Knight. On the right wing, Tyler Sweener takes it into the corner, has it stripped away, and a slap foul on Colin Dill, the 6'6" sophomore.
Little reach in that time, and he didn't need to do it. He had good defensive position down on the baseline.
Sean Warden will trigger in for Petoskey. The Northmen trailing this one 7-2. We have 5:38 left in the first. Bounce pass is kicked out of bounds on the inbound. Not a good pass, right at the feet of Trevor Huffman, and it bounced out of bounds. Now we get a chance to see Javin Hunter and David Weber just walk it up. Clock their friend here in the early going, up by 5. Weber picked up by Fultz out front. Javin Hunter free throw line extended, and while Weber swings it right side and back to the middle. Hunter, little stutter step, gets it baseline, can't get it to fall, off the hands of Sweener, but into the hands of John Flynn. Trevor Huffman back out. Flynn for 3, got it. The Northman can light it up in a hurry, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Nice penetration that time, drew the defense and found him at the arc. Half-court trap here.
Weber across the timeline, dishes left side. Knight drives, kiss, window, good.
Boy, nice move on the baseline and got himself centered so he could kiss it off the glass.
Country Day 9, Petoskey 5, a 4-point lead for the Yellowjackets. Flynn looking for help. Kicks it out of the lane and finally gets out himself, and it's controlled by Trevor Huffman. Huffman will drive. He goes 1 on 3, and a 5-second call on Huffman. Didn't move the ball towards the basket until that last second, but it was too late. It was already called.
A couple of substitutions. John Schwall will come in for Petoskey.
Schwall, the 6'1" junior.
Kurt Keener going back to the bench as well. Jarrett Lewis checking in for the Jackets.
Here's David Weber on the dribble to the right side. And there you see Jarrett Lewis, number 32. Lob, cross court for Knight. Weber lob into the middle. Turn around, Manciel drives the lane, gets it.
Awful strong when he gets it down that low. Mike Manciel, 6'5", and a 200-pounder.
Manciel with 5 on 2 for 2 shooting here in the first quarter. It's 11-5 Yellowjackets. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Rimming got it. Nice shot by John Schwall. Nothing pretty. Hit the front of the rim, back of the iron, and then down through.
Yeah, they kind of backed off on Schwall, and he said, why not?
Weber, left side. Cross-court pass. Knight down low. Manciel forces. Gets it. 3 for 3 on the night. 7 points for Manciel, and a 17. Make that a 13-7 lead. Ball knocked out of bounds by Weber. And Tyler Sweener will trigger in again.
Good ball movement by Country Day to break that half-court trap, and they're finding the open man down the baseline.
John Flynn, the 6-foot senior, brings it up for the Northman, left to right. Hawked by Knight out front between the circles. 3:25 and ticking first quarter. Flynn, stop, pop, free throw line, jumper is nothing but net. 3:17 left in the first, back to a 4-point game, 13-9. Country Day with the lead and the ball. There's that little pressure at half court, Al, like you talked about. Dish it left side, Knight. Ooh, almost traveled. Down low, Battier. In double team traffic, Sweener, the leading rebounder, comes up with it. He loses it to Knight. Weber back outside for 3. That's off the back of the iron. Manciel looking at 4 for 4, forces in the lane, and a foul.
That time a good double down by Petoskey, but they just couldn't come up with the loose ball. And again, Manciel is a load down on the baseline. He gets it down there, you might as well forget it.
Call that a hold and not a foul on the shot, even though Manciel tried to get it off. Substitutions again as Ray Guthrie comes in. Jabril Lockhart also in the ballgame. I take that back. Javin Hunter in the ballgame along with Ray Guthrie.
Manciel with 6 for Country Day, and Flynn with 5 to lead the Northmen.
Jarrett Lewis gets it into Battier. He lost the dribble. Down low. Manciel kicks it out. Javin Hunter for 3, yes. Wow. The net didn't even move.
Didn't even move any rope.
16-9, Country Day, a 7-point lead. 2:37 left in the first. Trevor Huffman drives the lane. Will stop free throw line, gets it.
These guards from Petoskey are tough. Awfully good.
16-11, a 5-point lead. Country Day with the ball in the lead, and here's Ray Guthrie bringing it up to the timeline. Adam Fultz,
good trap,
along with Huffman, get the trap. Battier will drive, leave it for Hunter on the wing, and that's no good. Weak side rebound, Manciel. He'll turn fire and not get it. First miss by Manciel. Battier tried to put it up. That's no good, and the rebound by John Flynn. The Northmen have it back and a chance to cut it to 3. Flynn will drive, stop, free throw line, extended and hit it from the right side.
John Flynn, he averages 22, and you see why right there. Just a little pull up, and he nails it.
16-13, got a ball game. 3 points away from a tie. Country Day with the lead. 3 team fouls called. Manciel goes in strong. Blocked by John Schwal, but a foul, and Manciel will step to the stripe and shoot 2. You talked about the guard play, and you see right away the guards keeping Petoskey in the ball game. It's easy to stand around and watch guys like Battier play instead of playing good defense against him.
Well, these guards from Petoskey one-on-one are showing a lot of ability. Flynn is 3 out of 4. Huffman is 2 out of 2, so they're lighting it up from the outside. And you know they can shoot the 3. 57% as a team field goal percentage and 47% from behind the arc.
Like Manciel at the free throw line, the front end is good. Manciel, a 62% free throw shooter, 63%. And the lead is now 4, make it 5 as he hits on both ends of the 2-shot opportunity to make it 18-13. Trevor Huffman, the 6'2 junior. Pass down low to Mitch Schumann. Schumann in the paint, lost the dribble. No, he got it back, but we're going to have a tie-up. Possession arrow will go to Petoskey on the jump. And Mitch Schumann, the 6'1 junior, probably lucky he didn't get away. He got away with a travel there.
Yeah, he lost his footing when he first got the ball and then lost it altogether.
Mike Knight in the ball game for Coach Kurt Keener and his Yellowjackets.
Watch Huffman around a screen here, Joe.
Back out front. Schumann leaves it on the wing, and John Flynn will back it out against Knight. Drives, Knight falls, he scoops. Battier with the block and the rebound. Second time around for Battier that he's blocked the shot and controlled the rebound at the same time.
Bill Russell there.
1:09 left in the first quarter. A 5-point lead for Country Day, 18-13. Javin Hunter. Knight works it around. Battier looks down low for Weber. Weber down on the block and back to Battier, who will go one-on-one. Now picked up on the double team baseline. Cross-court pass to Knight. Hunter drives, kicks it out. Weber with a notion will shake and bake and take it. Make it from the free throw line. 44 seconds left, the 7-point lead for Country Day.
Weber's had a nice first quarter. 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field.
Trevor Huffman walks it to the timeline, picked up by Weber. Around a pick to the right, Huffman goes in on Battier, high glass, good.
Oh, nice.
Took
Just
it right
a nice
over.
move.
Took it right over the 6'8 forward.
Had to float it, had to get it above the square.
Down to 14 seconds to go in the first quarter, to 20-15 our score. Knight with the ball, and Weber will back it out. Down to 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Down low, Manciel missed the easy one, and time will expire. Manciel had a chance to put his Yellowjackets up 7. Instead, we've got a 5-point game at the end of the first quarter. What a game we've got. Petoskey's guards keeping them alive with some pinpoint shooting, and Country Day leading Petoskey at the end of one, 20-15.
I think we're going to have a high-scoring game. I think coming in, we thought we might have a high-scoring game, and these guards from Petoskey have really lit up the Breslin Center. Flynn, 3 of 5 from the field for 7 points. Huffman, perfect, 3 of 3 for 6. Meanwhile, Manciel has been doing it underneath. 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field for Mike Manciel. Shane Battier has not gotten a lot of touches here in the first quarter. That half-court trap has really kept him kind of out of it. Petoskey shooting 7 of 9 from the field. Country Day shooting 7 of 14 in that first quarter. But Battier getting off just 1 shot, and that was kind of a push underneath.
You know, the game balls for the 1996-97 MHSAA Boys and Girls Basketball Finals are being provided by Wilson Sporting Goods. Wilson's also donating commemorative autograph balls to today's finalists. The MHSAA thanks Wilson for its contribution to interscholastic athletics. Joe, Jason, Al Pscholka, bringing you the Michigan High School Athletic Association along with ABS Sports. Glad you could join us from the Jack Breslin Student Event Center on the campus of Michigan State University, Class B semifinal. And the Yellowjackets of Country Day leading Petoskey 20-15. There you see, right there, the Yellowjacket fan, or the Petoskey fans in front of us. Just got a shot of the cheerleaders. They've got something to cheer about.
Yeah, they do. This team can light it up from outside, and So far, that's kept him in the game, but Country Day has done a good job against their half-court trap. They've gotten the ball underneath to Manciel. David Weber's shown the touch that he's got from the outside. So Petoskey's probably thinking, hey, we played a great first quarter, but they look up, they're down by 5.
Take a look at team fouls. Petoskey with 3 and Country Day with just 1. Petoskey coming out with their starting 5, and they're going to go back to the bench. Mitch Schumann will actually be in there for Sean Warden to start, and Sweener, Huffman, Foltz, and Flynn will be in there for Petoskey.
Dill is back in for Country Day, so they'll go with the size underneath.
Weber, Hunter, Manciel, Dill, and Battier, the starting 5 to go for Country Day. We're about set for the second 8 minutes of play here at the home of the Spartans, Michigan State University's Jack Breslin Center. 20-15 our score. And Weber lobs it, and Trevor Huffman gets away with a walk as he controls it.
A little bit sloppy on the pass, and Trevor Huffman was right there.
Well, you got to watch it. Huffman is 6'2". He's got some size out there. And the long arms, the good reach in the steal. Left wing jumper just inside the three-point arc is no good. A foul over the back is going to be called. Tyler Sweener, who is the team's leading rebounder for Petoskey, just went right over the back of one of the Yellowjackets and is called for what will be the 4th team foul on the Northman.
Yeah, Dill had good position on him there underneath, down on the baseline, and not much he could do but jump on his back.
There you get a good look at David Weber bringing it up. Long pass ahead. Battier down low. High glass is good.
First time they've been able to get Battier a good look underneath, and they've been using one guy in front, one guy behind. That time they one player on him, and Battier made him pay for it.
Huffman drives the paint, will stop inside the free throw line. Sweener turns and is rejected. 3rd block shot for Battier. Battier down quickly on the left side. And Mike Manciel went up, and he's fouled.
Mitch Schumann was riding his hip that time, and another foul against Petoskey. Should be a 2-shot opportunity here for Mike Manciel. Manciel averaging 13. He's got 8 already tonight.
They'll call a hold before the shot, and it'll be the Yellowjackets ball out of bounds. And the foul went on Mitch Schumann, the 6'1" junior. Here's the lob inside. And Battier takes it at the free throw line. High arcing jumper is perfect.
How much you can do to stop that one? It's 6'8". Went to the high post and nothing but rope.
It's now a 9-point lead as Battier connects on his 6th point of the game. 24-15 in the paint. Shot is no good. The rebound by Sweener on the side, and he puts it up in a foul. So we're going to get a chance to see Trevor Sweener at the free throw line to shoot 2. And the foul went on Colin Dill, the 6'6" sophomore. It's his first and the team's 2nd. That is his 2nd and the team's 2nd. There you get a good look at the 6'4" senior. 72% from the free throw line. Trevor Sweener. Make that Tyler Sweener. Sorry about that. Tyler's 2nd free throw. That one's good. 24-16, an 8-point lead for the Yellowjackets.
First time we've seen the full court trap from the Northmen.
Manciel left side. Weber out high. Nice move behind the back dribble. Javin Hunter, jumper from the corner, in and out, rattled around, and the rebound is secured by Manciel. Lob down low, and Dill is called for the push.
Yep, he pushed off to get position that time. Pushed on Schumann. Schumann had him played perfectly in the post, that 3/4 position underneath. And Dill with a little shove.
There's Todd Hoke, who works for Coke, and that is the truth.
Is that right?
24-16 our score, an 8-point Country Day lead. Here's the inbound. Petoskey comes up with it. And they still have yet to get it across the timeline. And now Trevor Huffman will walk it across. Down to 6:11 left in the first half of play. Free throw line jumper is good. Sweener at 13.6 a game picks up 2, and it's now a 6-point game.
Oh, a nice little spin move that time. Weber goes down to Knight, and Manciel
Didn't know who was going to take it between the two of them, and nobody got it, went out of bounds.
Just not very good spacing that time by the Yellowjackets to have two players right on top of each other. Plus, they were in the corner.
Petoskey with a chance to cut it to 3 if they can hit a triple here. They're down 6 with 5:42 left in the first half. Trevor Huffman around a pick to the right, and another 5-second call against Petoskey.
We've seen that call a lot this season. They were trying to free up Flynn that time around a screen on the left side. They ran him around a double pick. But Country Day jumped out on it in the 5-second call.
And there you can. Dennis Starkey has given an earful to the official over by the bench. Battier had it batted away and into the hands of the Petoskey Northmen. John Flynn, he's got to get the hot hand working here. He's the leading scorer for Petoskey. It's a 6-point game. Flynn backs out the dribble, behind the back pass. Nice touch to Huffman. Huffman will drive. He'll put it off the glass too hard. Petoskey certainly crashing the boards after the miss, but the fast break down to Knight, lays it left hand. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 as Adam Foles was there to spoil the 2 and to get the foul.
A good foul by Foltz, because Knight, streaking down there, really had the lay-in, and at least he came over and made him change the shot a little bit.
Mike Knight at the free throw line. Mike Knight is 77% free throw shooter and 10 of 13 this season. And the front end's off the front of the iron. There you take a look at Dennis Starkey, the head coach. Second one's good.
He's kind of got the bright blue on tonight, too.
25-18, 7-point lead for the Yellowjackets. As Huffman trots it across the timeline. Left-handing dribble. Works around a pick to the left. Set by Sweener. And now here's Flynn on the drive. He'll stop from 18. Too hard. Battier rebounds, and he looks for the long outlet and can't find it, so he just hands off to David Weber. Knight in the corner. Weber and Javin Hunter. Hunter stops. 8-footer is blocked by Flynn. Ahead to Foltz. Foltz cross-court pass. Little too far there for John Schwal. He'll turn fire and get it. Oh, it looked like he was going to pass it, and he turned and fired it home.
I think Manciel turned his head a little bit that time. He thought the pass was going to come back out. And a nice move by Schwal as he turned, went up, got it, and the foul.
6'1" junior at the line to try to complete a 3-point play and cut the lead to 4. It's 25-20 right now with 4:24 left on the clock. Country Day leading the Northmen.
Northmen hanging right in there.
Free throw, rimming, got it. That was a rotation free throw. Perfect rotation to get it to bounce that straight and come back down through. 25-21 with 4:18 left in the first. David Weber cautiously across the timeline, explodes to the lane. Outside left-hander from Knight, good for 3.
That corner will be open against that half-court trap, and that time it was the penetration of Weber that set up Knight for the triple.
John Flynn leans in, puts it high glass, right over Battier, and it's good. Well, the Northmen are working hard for everything they get, and it looks so easy for the Yellowjackets. They just kick it in the corner, and Knight fires home a 3 after they work so hard to get it back to 4. Right now it's a 5-point game, 28-23. In the corner, Javin Hunter for 3. Off the mark, Battier offensive rebound. Will go with a hook, and it's no good. Hunter gets the rebound. High glass, won't go, tipped around, and Manciel is fouled, and he'll go to the line.
And Manciel is the blue-collar worker under there. And again, he comes up with the third opportunity and a chance to go to the line.
28-23, Country Day by 5, 3.5 to go in the first half of play. Going for the three-peat, the Country Day Yellowjackets. Championships in 95 and in 96, trying to add to it. Manciel at the line, off the back of the iron, no good.
Scary thing is they've got 4 starters coming back. Battier will be the only one leaving.
There you see Mitch Schumann, who's back in the ball game for Coach Dennis Starkey and his Northmen. Second free throw is good. And it's a 6-point lead and another substitution on the way. Martin Rawls-Meehan will be in. Three and a half to go in the first half. Flynn says, back it off. Let me take it against the man-to-man. Works it against Knight as he brings it to the timeline. 29-23, Country Day, a 6-point lead. Flynn leans in, dishes down low, no good. Rebound Schumann, and Battier grabbed it away, but Flynn saved it. He'll go in on Battier, put it up, and no! And Battier finally gets the rebound.
A great hustle by Flynn.
Hunter, little lean in, and he's fouled. Hunter did a nice job, left his feet and kind of arched his back out to draw the contact. Had nobody between the basket and himself, but then two white shirts came and knocked it away at the last second. But Hunter at the line to shoot two.
Helps when you have a little hang time.
3 minutes to go in the first half. 29-23 Country Day. That's 18 fouls called on Petoskey, and it's a bonus situation until we get to 10 fouls. Then it'll be 2 shots, and the first free throw is good by Hunter. Score now 30-23. This is important 3 minutes, especially for the Northmen. They don't want it to get away. You don't want to be double digits going in the second half. You'd like to maybe cut it down to 3, 4, 5, or maybe even get closer than that. Trevor Huffman back in now for the Northmen.
Yeah, the last 3 minutes of the second quarter and the first 3 minutes of the third. Very important for both teams.
Javin with a spin bounce on the way, and it's good. Swinner inbounds, and Adam Fultz will give it back to Huffman, who will bring it up against Knight. Huffman around a pick to the right. Battier gets him on the switch. And now it's back to Huffman. Swinner with it. Here's Flynn going in, puts it up. Good. I don't know how he got it to go off the glass. There was no room to bounce it off the glass.
Boy, nice backdoor cut by Flynn that time. He led him out to the corner and then took it strong baseline.
2.5 to go. Down low, they kick it into Knight, and Knight comes up with a loose ball. Battier, jumper, no, off the side of the iron, and Flynn comes up with it. Flynn ahead for Huffman.
Flynn's all over the place. He's got 11 points.
Huffman drives, running 6-footer, no. Hit the back of the iron and bounced away, but he drew the contact, and it'll be the 5th team foul called on Country Day. Foul goes on David Weber. That'll be his first. Team's 5th. And we get to see Huffman at the free throw line. 75% shooter from the stripe. Battier comes out. Manciel coming back in. Here's Trevor Huffman, the 6'2 junior, averaging 22 a game. 75% shooter from the free throw line, and too hard off the back of the iron. 31-25 our score, 6-point lead for the Yellowjackets. Ray Guthrie checking into the ball game. And there you see Ray. He'll come in, and Martin Rawls-Meehan will sit down.
Guthrie just a freshman.
Trevor Huffman. Free throw is short. And Manciel with a rebound. Down to 2:09 remaining in the first half. It's 31-25. Manciel all alone on the pass across the lane. Well, you cannot allow a pass that has not bounced through the lane like that.
What a look, though. What a look to even see that. Cross court diagonally through the pass about 50 feet.
33-25, an 8-point lead. In the paint, runner, Flynn, no good. Tipped around, Manciel rebound.
6th rebound.
Javin Hunter.
Manciel.
Guthrie, the freshman, snuffed by the underside of the rim, but contact by Tyler Swinner. And Guthrie to the line for 2. That is the 9th team foul called on Petoskey. Swinner's picked up his 2nd. Team's 9th. Next foul will put the Yellowjackets in a 2-shot opportunity from the line.
John Schwall comes back in, who gave Dennis Starkey some strong minutes in the first quarter. Back in for the Northmen.
Fultz, Swinner, Flynn, Huffman, and Schwall in there now for Petoskey, and the free throw is good by Guthrie. McNeil, Weber, Hunter, Guthrie, and Knight. Here you take a look at the brain trust of the Petoskey Northmen.
Northmen are co-champs of the Michigan Huron Shores League.
Starkey free throw, good. Hits them both. 35-25, a 10-point lead. Here's that double-digit situation that Petoskey does not want to get into.
Big trip here. They're going to try to look like free up Flynn off a screen, but they couldn't do it off the left side.
They lob it back out, and Flynn is being hawked out front by Mike Knight. Flynn spin dribble. Out on the wing, Sweener, jumper good.
Tyler can stroke it for 6'4".
35-27, an 8-point lead. A minute 8 to go in the first half. Guthrie between two defenders kicks it out for the three, and Hunter rims it no good. Manciel another rebound. Back out Guthrie. He looks it over, has plenty of time back of the iron. And there's Battier. He'll put it up. That's no good. Tipped around. Rebound. Pulled down by Hunter. That's good. 4 attempts. And finally the bucket goes down.
20 rebounds to 6. Country Day dominant on the window.
37-27, a 10-point lead for the Yellowjackets. Down to 35 seconds to go in the first half. Huffman fires, gets it, no basket. They'll say the foul was before the shot. It'll be the 6th team foul, so really a good foul by the Yellowjackets, who had 1 to waste. Only the first foul on Guthrie, the freshman.
Petoskey shooting 55%, Joe, and they're down by 10.
Mitch Schumann in the ball game for Petoskey, and back in the ball game David Weber, who spells Guthrie for the Yellowjackets. Here comes the inbound. We've got 32.8 left on the clock in the first half. Flynn on the wing right. Works against Knight. Knight's a hard worker on defense. Back door. Going in with the right hand is Flynn. Rebound. Put back. No good by John Schwal. And an opportunity for Country Day to go up 12. Hunter, no! Rebound by Manciel. And a push is going to be called from behind on Hunter. Well, somebody got up in the cylinder because the net went flying.
Yeah. I think that was Hunter on the way by.
Yeah, somebody went to the free throw line for the Yellowjackets, but actually it's the other way. For the 1-and-1.
Over the limit.
The Northmen will get a chance to cut it to single digits with just 10 seconds left on the clock in the first half. There you see Coach Keener.
Petoskey as a team shooting 71% from the line. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of teams in the NC2A tournament that would take that.
Free throw is good. Just 3 of 6 from the free throw line today, however, for this Petoskey team. Haven't been there too often. The lead is 9, 37-28. And Schumann's second free throw, nothing but net. So we're down to an 8-point lead. And Petoskey will hustle back. Yellowjackets looking for a bucket at the buzzer. Weber with a runner. Down low to Manciel. Knocked away. Weber rebounding. Foul. 1.4 left on the clock, and Weber to the stripe for 2.
21 rebounds to 8. Country Day dominant on the backboard here in the first half.
Foul on John Flynn, the 6-foot senior. It's his first. Team's 10th. And there you see David Hunter. And the front end, yes. 38-29, 1.4 left on the clock. Second free throw, in and out. And that'll be the end of the first half of play. Well, the Petoskey Northmen are trying to keep it within single digits, and they have at 38-29. They trail by 9 to the Yellowjackets. Difference in this ball game rebounding right now, being out rebounded 21-9 in this ball game. And our score at halftime, the Yellowjackets of Country Day 38 and Petoskey 29. You're listening to the Michigan High School Athletic Association and watching it with ABS Sports. The Michigan High School Athletic Association and ABS Sports present the 1997 Class A boys basketball semifinals. Class B semifinals. Joe, Jason along with Al Pscholka. Glad you could be with us today. They're playing above the rim. What a great half. 38-29. The Country Day Yellowjackets leading Petoskey at the break. Game of rebounding right now. The Yellowjackets controlling the boards.
The big difference in this one in two areas, rebounding and free throws. Country Day controlling the glass 21-9 in that first half. And also Country Day 11 of 14 from the free throw line, while the Northmen were 4 of 7 at the free throw line. Both teams, Joe, even in field goals at 12.
Been an interesting game, and they have quelled Mr. Battier. He has 4 points through the first half of play, but he does have 8 rebounds and 3 blocks and a tip. And
he's making
change your shots.
Yeah, he's making his presence felt and making his presence known out there. But Manciel has really almost had a double-double in that first half. 11 points and 8 rebounds from Mike Manciel. He's done a great job underneath. And Weber and Hunter have done well offensively. But how about Flynn from Petoskey? John Flynn averaging 22.4 points. He's had a great first half. 11 points to lead the Northmen to keep him close.
7 turnovers for Country Day and just 5 for Petoskey. Petoskey's got to shoot the rock a little bit more. They've only taken 24 shots, connected on 12 of them, and 12 of 29 for Country Day. And we saw how the guards can shoot for this Petoskey team. And Flynn, of course, the guy who's got to light him up. And after a quick start, Flynn was a little quiet there for some time in the second quarter.
And he made a couple of great moves on the baseline, though. Some backdoor cuts, some stop and pop jumpers, and look for Flynn and Huffman maybe to try to take that step back, get behind that arc, and nail a couple of threes here early.
We're underway in the second half. The starting 5 out for both teams with the ball is John Flynn, along with Fultz, Huffman, Sweener, and Warden, the starting 5 for the Northmen. Weber, Hunter, Manciel, Dillon, Battier, and Flynn lights it up to start the third. Just like we said, they need him, and it's back to a 7-point game, 38-31.
Two-man game that time. Huffman came out, and then Flynn just took a man-on-man.
Just underway as Weber goes coast to coast, puts it in, and a block. And the foul is going to be called on Sweener, and might be his third. Basket is going to count. Let's wait for the official scoring on who fouled.
Just didn't get in front of him, kind of off to the side with the hip, and that'll be the third foul on Tyler Sweener.
David Weber, 6'2" junior, 1 for 2 from the free throw line today, and the first one, or the three-point play, is good, and it's 41-31, back to a 10-point Country Day lead.
Weber now with 9 points, 3 of 4 from the field.
There you see the game's leading scorer, John Flynn, who has 13. Huffman just holding it out front. He's been called for 5 seconds twice in this game already. Great defense, though, by Mike Knight, causing both of those for Country Day. Flynn will drive on Weber, now back to dribble off. Cross-court pass is stolen. Manciel. He'll go coast to coast and lay it too hard. Tipped around, put back is good. Colin Dill had a chance at it, and then it was tipped in.
Shane Battier will get the tip in, and that's 6 now for Battier.
43-31 the score. 12-point lead for Country Day.
Now they're going to change that, give the bucket to Dill.
Huffman out high, right side, jumper, Fultz, three-pointer, no good, tipped around, kicked off the feet of the Yellowjackets. Battier could not control on the near side, down in the corner. He and the ball both go out of bounds.
Hey, even when you're all world, you got to get down on the hardwood.
Warden to trigger in from the corner for the Northmen. And Huffman will walk it back out front. Picked up by David Weber out front. To the right side is Adam Fultz. Huffman will drive, stop. Fultz, now to Flynn. Flynn almost lost the dribble, and we got a foul. As a matter of fact, there may have been an earlier foul that wasn't called because Javin Hunter put his hand right on the chest of Huffman, or Flynn.
Yellowjackets are really defending the three-point line. They're not letting Huffman or Flynn spot up for three and forcing them to penetrate and move inside the arc.
Second foul on Weber. First team foul for the Yellowjackets in the second half. And Huffman trying to work that pick out front. Now he drives, dishes right side. Flynn for three. High arcer, rims, no. Tipped up by Dill. Battier touched last, out of bounds. (43-31).
See Dennis Starkey there, barking out the direction.
Took his jacket off too. He's heating up for the second half. Flynn in the corner.
There
Huffman, free throw line extended. Yes.
That time they didn't get out and defend the three-point line, and Huffman made them pay.
Nice three-point swing to cut the lead to 9. Petoskey trailing Country Day 43-34. 5:36 and ticking in the third quarter. Weber to Hunter. Baseline left, goes in. Oh, he just tried to lay it over the front of the iron, but of course Battier there again. He has 8 points as he gets the offensive rebound.
Battier with 8 to go with 10 boards.
Flynn looking right side, stops baseline right and fires. Got it. Nice, kind roll.
Well, one-on-one, he's awfully tough. Good quickness. Likes to go to his right. 15 for Flynn.
45-36, 9-point lead. And a steal. They've got a 2-on-none. And Huffman will bring it down and put it up. And Battier was trailing. Loose ball. Huffman picks it up. Lost, and Manciel will control. He'll get it ahead for Weber. Weber goes in and lays it up and in. Boy, Battier got there awfully quick on the other end.
Yeah, I think he might have hurt him.
And there's our first timeout of the ball game. It's called by Dennis Starkey of Petoskey. It comes at 4:43 of the third period, with Country Day up by 11 over Petoskey by a score of 47-36.
I'll tell you what, Shane Battier chasing you down. You know he's already got 4 blocks, and looked like he almost had the speed to catch him that time. 2-on-0, and we made the analogy to Bill Russell before, but there you see it again.
Hustle up and down on both ends of the court. You take a look at his rebounding in this game, which of course was in double digits just moments ago. You figure he's got 4 blocks. A couple of opportunities where he's made Petoskey at least change their shot, and right there missed the shot coming down on the other end.
First time out here for Dennis Starkey and Petoskey. It was kind of a fast-paced first half, and now you see the Yellowjackets all huddled around Kurt Keener. Keener going for his 6th Michigan High School Athletic Association state title at Country Day. This would be 3 in a row if they can win here in the semis and then take on Albion, the Wildcats. And I'll tell you, Jason Moorhead, pretty impressive player at 6'6" for the Albion Wildcats. So Moorhead and Battier could be a real good matchup.
There you see Petoskey breaking huddle and coming out onto the floor. Fultz, Warden, Sweener, Flynn, and Huffman.
Flynn and Huffman are so tough outside. They just haven't been able to get free too many times behind the arc.
47-36 the score. It's an 11-point lead for Country Day. Who, to Petoskey's credit, they have not been able to put the Northmen away in this game. Northmen keep hanging around, and a foul is going to be called as Huffman went to the baseline right and was held onto by, I think, Javin Hunter.
A little isolation on that right wing again. Instead of Flynn, this time they go to Huffman on the right wing, and he takes it hard baseline.
Into the middle. Flynn, little head fake, goes high glass, won't go, tipped around. Flynn gets the rebound. He'll force it in on Dill, and it won't go, but he's fouled.
Boy, good effort by Flynn, just never gave up on it. And 6-footer, 175 pounds, pretty strong. And Huffman, too, a good-sized guard at 6'2", 185.
Well, Flynn might be the key to getting this Northman team back. He had 40 points in a game this year, averaging 22.4 a game. And from the line, he's a 74% free throw shooter. There you look again at Dennis Starkey in his 11th year for the Northmen.
Mitch Schumann comes back in now for the Northmen.
John Flynn, 6-foot junior, spins the ball, and this one's good. So the lead is back to 10. And there you take a look at Coach Keener. Still with the towel, still with the jacket, still no expression.
Cool customer.
Back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Weber. Weber up the right side, behind the back dribble, a little shake and bake on the wing. And make it look so easy. Javin Hunter for three. Oh boy, nobody was there to guard him, and he just made Petoskey pay.
Just good ball movement that time by Country Day on the outside and free up Hunter.
It's now a 13-point lead, and it could be 15 on the steal by Manciel. Down the lane, Hunter blocked, and the rebound by Huffman. Well, that was a huge block. You don't want the game getting away from you. Here's a three-pointer on the way off the front of the iron, and Weber is tied up. Possession arrow goes to the Yellowjackets.
A couple of big series here for Petoskey. Trailing by 13 with 3:46 to go.
Foul situations right now. 3 team fouls on Country Day and 1 on Petoskey. Really not a factor in the third quarter. Here's Knight. Free throw line extended. Now back out between the circles. Down to 3:30 to go in the third. Manciel tried to dump it into Battier. It was tipped away into the hands of Knight. Knight to Battier. Strong move. He lost the handle on it. And what a good rebound by Manciel. He tried to force it as he was falling to the floor, and a foul is called.
Manciel's so tough on that weak side and so good at getting position. And the way Petoskey has had to scramble on defense, you've got to have a couple of guys watching Battier. Manciel has made his presence felt. 9 rebounds and 11 points.
Foul one on Mitch Schumann, his second, and the team's second. And knocked around and recovered by Javin Hunter. Some incidental contact out front, no call. And Weber on the wing left. Mike Knight and Weber, and now Battier down low. Manciel, good catch, and the kiss off the window.
Just good post play that time by Manciel. He sealed him on his backside, kept him there, kept him there, kept him there, got some spacing, and got the hoop.
It's a 15-point game now, 52-37. Down to 2:44 to go in the third. The running one-hander is no good by Huffman. Bodies go flying as Huffman and Knight went to the ground. And Hunter, coast to coast, offensive foul.
Guess who's picking himself off the floor? None other than Joe Flynn.
2:35 left in the third. There's our substitution for Country Day. David Hunter will go out. He's picked up his third foul, and Jarrett Lewis into the ball game for Country Day. Not to be confused with Jerry Lewis.
Lighting. Mrs. Schmelding.
Across the timeline. Left hand, Huffman is fouled out front, and Mike Knight's the guilty party. Well, here's Mike Knight coming in as a 6th man for Country Day. And there are coaches probably in the stand right now who'd love to have him as a starter.
Here comes Weber back into the game as well. Weber's had a nice game, 4 of 5, Joe, from the field, 11 points. Hunter has 10, Manciel 13, and Battier 8. So good balance for the Jackets.
Out on the wing, Adam Fultz trying to control it. Gets it back to Flynn. Hawk and D by the Yellowjackets. Jumper on the way, just outside the free throw line. Sweener puts it, turns, can't get it. Flynn gets the rejection, puts it back. That's too short. Gets it back and doesn't come up with it as Knight secures the rebound. Ahead for Weber.
Look out.
Weber will scoop and score right around Adam Fultz. The lead is now 17, 54-37. And Dennis Starkey is trying to get his team's attention to call timeout, and he does. The clock is stopped at 1:47 of the third. It's been all Country Day here in the second half. They lead at 54-37.
Yeah, good third quarter here by Country Day. They've done a lot of things. They've involved a lot of people, and they've really defended well at that three-point line. Really kept Huffman and Flynn kind of bottled up, forced them to penetrate, forced them to move inside, maybe where they don't want to be. And Country Day now with that 17-point advantage. And Petoskey really got to look for some instant offense now.
We have 1:46 remaining in the third. Country Day leads at 54-37. A quick look at the scoring. Flynn with 16, doing his job, and Huffman with 9. 5 for Sweener. But as far as the other starters of Fultz and Warden, they have yet to score for this Petoskey team. And balanced scoring by Country Day. We knew they could light it up. They usually have 4 or 5 players in double figures. Manciel and Weber with 13, and Hunter with 10, and Battier with 8.
Yeah, good balance. Good balance for Country Day. And Flynn and Huffman have pretty much carried the load here so far for Petoskey. Minute 46 still to go in the third quarter. 54-37. The winner of this one gets Albion in the state finals.
So many times when you have a great player like Shane Battier, as Battier goes, the Yellowjackets go. But it's so nice when you've got balanced scoring and you can pick up the slack. Anybody can come to play. It's not Battier's having a bad game. Scoring wise, you say, oh, you know, you expect him to get 20 to 30 points a game. But take a look at the boards. 10 rebounds in this game, 4 block shots, maybe 5. And there he hustles again and causes the ball to go out of bounds. Country Day left to right, and Weber works it from the top of the circle. Knight free throw line extended. Manciel will one dribble and take the jumper off the iron side to the left, and it's picked up there by Tyler Sweener. And now Petoskey's got to get it going in a hurry here with 1:27 to go in the third.
Sweener's done a good job in the glass as well. He's got 6 boards tonight. Little bump out front, and the foul will go against Jared Lewis.
Very aggressive foul out front by Lewis, who was looking for the steal. And a lob in to Trevor Huffman. And now Foltz will work it. Schumann down on the left baseline. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Good hands by Manciel to break it up on the wing.
Northmen have cooled off here in the third quarter, Joe. They were shooting 55% at halftime. That's now down to 41%.
Trevor Huffman with it between the circles. We're down to a minute 8 to play in the third. Floyd will drive, has it knocked. Flynn will drive, had it knocked away. Down the lane is Knight. He'll pull it back out. Manciel right side, 3-pointer. Weber, no. Yes, no. He'll dump it down low. Battier will go in, put it up and in. He now has 10.
Good job by Weber there to identify where Battier was. He saw him coming across, and once he got in front of the defender, it was that was all she wrote.
Flynn for 3, hits it with 35 seconds left in the third quarter. It's now 56-40, a 16-point Country Day lead. Country Day has led by as many as 19 in this game. Here's Manciel. Oh! Give me 3 steps and I'll give you a jam.
Thunder jam.
12 seconds to go. That brings the Country Day crowd to their feet.
I think everybody thought he was just going to go up and lay it in.
And Dennis Starkey with the snarl on the Petoskey bench. Running one-hander too hard. And at the horn, it's Country Day leading Petoskey by a score of 58-40. 8 minutes left in this Class B semifinal.
Big third quarter for the Country Day Yellowjackets. They led by 9 coming into it, and they bumped it up, doubled their lead to 18, 58-40, and that exclamation point in the third by Manciel as he drove the baseline and threw it down with one hand. He's got 15 to lead him. Weber with 13, Battier with 10. Everybody getting into the act for Country Day in that third quarter.
Have you retired your spikes, your jump shot, your glove from active play, but still wish you could be involved in sports? Your talents and skills are still in demand. There is a need in our schools for coaches and registered game officials at all levels. It's a great way to stay involved, so what's stopping you? Get back in the game. Contact your local school athletic administrator or the Michigan High School Athletic Association in East Lansing. A message from the MHSAA and ABS Sports.
I'll never retire my jump shot. My legs are shot. They're going.
Jason Al Pscholka from the Jack Breslin Student Event Center on the campus of Michigan State University. Class B boys semifinal for 1997. What stands in front of Kurt Keener and the Yellowjackets? The rest of this 8 minutes and the state championship game possibly tomorrow to make it the three-peat. Going for 3 state titles in a row. And of course, he's won 5 already, back in '89 as a Class C team, in '90, '91, '95, and '96. As a matter of fact, you go back and take a look at Class B and who the state champions were. I think between Norwayne Reed
and Kurt Keener,
Saginaw Buena Vista, and Kurt Keener, I think you just about got it covered since 1989, except for St. Clair Shores' Greg Essler beat East Grand Rapids back in '94.
This will be the first time in 3 years it will not be Country Day in East Grand Rapids.
Which was good because East Grand Rapids was going to wear a Buffalo Bills uniform. 58-40 our score, an 18-point
Boy,
lead.
here's a great scene right here. A standing ovation from the Petoskey fans for this basketball team that has led them all the way to the Breslin Center with a 23-2 mark. And they get a standing ovation to start the final 8 minutes.
River Valley came from 16 down to win at the Horn in Class C in the semifinals. Petoskey down 18, and we're at the 7:40 mark of the fourth quarter. Huffman drives. Ooh, traveled. A little bit of a late call, but a correct call, and that's the most important thing.
Flynn has led the Northmen. What a great all-around game John Flynn, the junior guard, is having. 19 points and 5 boards.
Javin Hunter. Battier lost it. And Huffman comes up with it. In the corner, three-pointer, Flynn. Rimming no. And Hunter with the weak side rebound.
He is a step further away than he wanted to be there.
Into the corner to Weber. Down low, Battier. And he knocks it off his foot. It goes out of bounds. And Petoskey still with life. Fultz into Flynn. And Flynn walks it across the timeline. 7:10 and ticking fourth quarter. 58-40 Yellowjackets. Huffman, free throw line jumper. No good. Tipped off the hands of Country Day. Oh, we got a push.
A little two-man weave out front that time. Flynn coming over and Huffman picking up the handoff and moving into the middle of the lane.
Dennis Starkey getting the undivided attention of his team captains. And Battier comes out. And there's Colin Dill, the 6'6 sophomore.
Now, we mentioned Kurt Keener's record, but how about Dennis Starkey's record? 11 years, 183 and 71.
Career-wise, actually 220 career victories. 58-41 as the front end falls for Huffman, and now the back end of the two-shot opportunity. And with 7 minutes to go, it's down to a 16-point lead.
Need some defensive stops or some turnovers here.
Here's Hunter into the forecourt.
Boy, Manciel was open. They didn't see him.
Weber in the corner. Hunter three-pointer, and that misses. Weak side rebound. And Adam Fultz, the 5'11 junior, brings it up.
Look for your shooter. Where is he? Where is he? There he is.
There's Flynn. He's getting double teamed. They'll say you can have the NBA three, but not the high school three. Flynn, fadeaway, good. Boy, gave a little head fake and then faded back and got the J.
Yeah, they're forcing him to penetrate, though, to get that shot off when they want to shoot the three. Again, good defense at that three-point line by Country Day.
58-44. Only 2 team fouls on Petoskey. That might hurt him down the stretch if they've got a bunch of fouls to burn. 7 team fouls on Country Day, so that may give Petoskey an opportunity to score with the clock being stopped, since they'll be in the bonus.
1-2-2 zone for Petoskey.
Boy, it looks like they're trying to run some offense, but I think this is just a four. Oh, down to Dill low. Puts it up, has it blocked, and a foul is going to be called.
Nice little high-low game that time. Manciel came up to the high post, and Dill went down on the box on the low post. Now Starkey calling over his entire team to have a word with them, and back come the Northmen. To line up, Craig Dill steps to the stripe.
Well, Dill's a 6'6 sophomore.
His dad was 6'10", played at Michigan.
Maybe looks like he's got a ways to go, just a sophomore. And Dill's front end is good. 59-44, a 15-point lead. We're down to the 5:47 mark of the fourth quarter. The winner to get Albion in the state championship game. All the way down, high glass is no good for John Schwal. Here comes Javin Hunter. Behind the back goes in, glass good. Oh, man.
How about that move? And look at this.
Here's a steal by Weber. 3-on-2. Lost the handle on it, and Huffman gets it back.
Got a little fancy.
Huffman for three. No. And Flynn fights for it, and the jump ball, possession arrow to the Yellowjackets.
Great move by Javin Hunter, All-State in football as a wide receiver. Great kick returner, and boy, you saw some quickness and good cutting ability right there. Hunter with 12 points on the night, Weber with 13, Manciel leading Country Day with 15, Battier with 10, Flynn's got 21.
Ray Guthrie in the game, and Manciel just goes coast to coast and lays it in, and it's now a 20-point game, 64-44.
Northmen have got to take some chances, and the Jackets are making them pay for it.
Flynn for three, good rotation, front of the iron. Guthrie lost the handle on it, and back with it is Foltz. Huffman will drive, stop, free throw line jumper, too hard. And Flynn's in there to try to get the offensive rebound, bounces it off Guthrie, and a good hustle by John Flynn.
Flynn is all over the place. 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 floor burns.
Manciel comes out of the game. Jumper on the way is no good, and Dill is he's fouled.
4:53 remaining, 64-44. A 20-point lead for Detroit Country Day over the Petoskey Northmen.
That's only the 4th team foul on Petoskey. They still have a couple to burn before the 1-and-1. 20-point lead, and Guthrie over the timeline. Down to 4:44 to go. Down low, basket will count. Martin Rawls Meehan scores.
He showed some strength that time to get it up on the glass. Took a Petoskey player right up with him. There's Kurt Keener pointing out the defense, talking to his point guard, Jarrett Lewis. Now Lewis is going to come over for a little confab. Back into the game for Petoskey, Tyler Sweener, the 6'4" center.
Well, I think he's telling his players to back off the press a little bit. Let him bring it in the forecourt. Don't foul. Last thing you want is Petoskey scoring with time not ticking off the clock.
Yeah, and continue to defend that three-point lane or three-point line like they've done throughout this game.
Martin Rawls Meehan connects on the three-point play. It's a 23-point lead, 67-44. Flynn in traffic, drives through 3 defenders and lays it in. He's got 23.
Boy, is he tough.
.422 and ticking, and Jarrett Lewis across the timeline. Martin out front, and Jarrett Lewis again with the ball.
I don't think Flynn has been out of the game either, Joe. He's been in every minute for Petoskey.
Guthrie and Lewis in the corner. Knight and now Meehan over on the right. Meehan down low will force it high off the glass, and he's fouled. The foul from behind will go, I believe, on John Schwal. There he is, number 22.
Well, if you get that zone moving around, sooner or later you're going to find a seam, and that's what Country Day did there. Good ball movement on the outside, on the perimeter, and finally they free up a man underneath. Country Day going to the bench.
3:58 remaining in the 4th. Country Day 67, Petoskey 46. And at the line, here you see Martin Rawls Meehan. He's a hard worker. A 3 in the game on a 3-point play, and now he has 4. 2 for 2 shooting from the free throw line.
Well, he's not very big, but Meehan doing a good job down underneath. Just 6'1", 175. One of the 5 seniors on this Country Day squad.
Martin Rawls, pardon my hyphen, Meehan at the free throw line, on the way, and it's good. 69-46. Back to a 23-point game. Huffman drives, kicks it out, and the jumper by Foltz is no good. And there is hyphen Meehan with the rebound. Knight comes up with a loose ball.
Boy, look at Flynn. He is just all over the place.
And a foul is called on Scott Hutchinson, the 5'11" junior for Petoskey. And the bench is being emptied. Grant Berkovich will come in now for the Northmen. There's Grant. 6'4" senior. And it's nice to get the seniors in.
Not a lot of seniors on this Petoskey team. You got Lucas Brill, Barakovich, Garrett Wright, Sweener, and Warden. A lot of sophomores and juniors. Huffman and Flynn will be back. I don't think anybody in the Michigan Huron Shores League wants to defend those two guys next year.
And Jarrett Lewis's free throw is no good, but on the tip he gets it back. Guthrie into the corner. And Sagar Janvija
just using some clock here. Petoskey's got to scramble, and there's the dump down.
Rawls Meehan Dill puts it up. That's no good, and the rebound pulled down by John Flynn. Warden goes in, loses the handle on it, puts it up, and he's fouled. That's Sweener. And Sweener will go to the line and shoot two, as both teams now in the bonus with 3:01 left in the game. 69-46 Country Day.
Some good strength that time by Tyler Sweener to get it up there on the glass. And Petoskey making some changes, and they're going to take out their two sharpshooting junior guards, and here's a standing ovation for Trevor Huffman and John Flynn, each averaging 22 points a game. And they left it all out there on the floor here against Country Day in the Class B semifinals, and a real touch of class by those Petoskey fans as they give those two kids a standing ovation.
And Tyler Sweener misses the front end. It's a two-shot opportunity. Scott Hutchinson, Dan Hoffman, Grant Berkovich, and Lucas Brill in the ball game. Brill's a senior, 5'10". And the second free throw rims out. Rebound by Khalid Haywood. Guthrie in the corner, jumper on the way. Lewis, no good. And the rebound by Scott Hutchinson, 5'11" junior. Hutchinson works it on the shake and bake out front. Lucas Brill, little weave. Here's the steal. Get it ahead for Janvija, and he puts it up, and it's good. Hutchinson around a pick to the right. Free throw line extended. And Dan Hoffman will drive. Leave it down low. High glass is good. That's Grant Berkovich, the 6'4" senior.
Good dish that time. Good pass.
71-48, 2:11 and ticking. The Northmen will travel north, and the Yellowjackets will stay here in East Lansing for the finals. Here's Guthrie. Nice move to get in the paint and then kicked it back outside. Into the corner is Martin Rawls Meehan. Meehan drives, goes to the Spartan logo, and kicks it out to the right. Baseline, down low. Rawls Meehan, high glass, good.
Another basket for Rawls Meehan.
Does he have 20 yet?
He's had them all in the second half. He's had 7 points in the second half.
Kick it out for a three-pointer. Rimming, no good. Oh, a nice three-pointer by Grant Berkovich, the try anyway, and rims out. Oh, Lewis with a nice move. Look at him go around the defenders. Blocked out of bounds.
Now the senior came over there. Last line of defense, Tyler Sweener knocked it out of there. And Country Day sent it in some more clean jerseys.
Jeremy Battier, you're going to see him, 6'3" freshman, number 42. He's in there. That's Shane's younger brother. Ian Hartshorn in there, number 33, and also in there, number 22, Mike Runyon. And Jabril Lockhart in as well.
Not too many of these Petoskey fans have left. They are sticking around.
Jeremy Battier out on the wing, and here's Ian Hartshorn. Janvija drives. Janvija hands off. Kicked around, and a loose ball picked up by the Northmen. Through the paint, off the knee of Ian Hartshorn, and back the other way come the Yellowjackets. Down to 55 seconds to go.
Had a 3-on-2 that time, didn't recognize.
Three-pointer on the way. Oh, time stood still as it was hanging on the rim. He'll have another chance. Ian Hartshorn. Janvija had it knocked away out of bounds. Down to 38.4 left on the clock.
Foul will go against Dan Hoffman, the 5'9" junior for the Northmen. And again, these Petoskey fans are on their feet, saluting the blue and white.
Cigar Janvija at the free throw line. Cigar Janvija will wait, and he's handed the ball. 73-48. Here's the front end, and the front end is good. 74-48. Now you see how Country Day outscores their opponents by 30 or 40 a game. Petoskey kind of hanging around, and all of a sudden it just becomes a whole different ball game.
They just kept building on it and building on it. The momentum just grew and grew till finally this was a much better game than the final score is going to indicate.
And the second free throw is good. Cigar Janvija knocks down the second. Running and blocked out of bounds. And that was Jeremy Battier, the 6'3" freshman, who batted it out of bounds.
That looks familiar. Brandon Munson took it strong to the glass that time.
Scott Hutchinson has gone out for Petoskey, and Garrett Wright is in. Here's a three-pointer that's an air ball, and the rebound pulled down by Ian Hartshorn. Down to 26 on the clock. Cigar Janvija with the ball. Dishes left side. Here's Runyon for three. Short of the mark. Garrett Wright, 5'10" senior, lost it. Dish and the bucket from Janvija to Lockhart. 7-6. Wright with the ball. Down the lane. Kicked away Battier. Kicked away. One. And it's over. At the horn. Shot will not count. And that's the end of the ball game. Well, it was close for 2.5 quarters. Petoskey hung around. But it's just too much from the team that some people call the best team in the state, regardless of class. The Yellowjackets of Birmingham Detroit Country Day, and they win it going away 77-48.
Two teams shaking hands as they come by the Spartan logo at midcourt. And a great second half for Country Day. They led by only 9 at the break, but a big third quarter, and they win going away. Good balance. 4 players in double figures. Petoskey, meanwhile, goes home at 24-2. John Flynn with a huge game, 23 points tonight for the Northmen of Petoskey, who finish at 23-3. And Country Day moves right along and rolls right along at 24-3. It'll be the Jackets against the Wildcats of Albion for the Class B title.
Well, Country Day looking for the three-peat, going for 3 state titles in a row. Coach Kurt Keener should be congratulated on an excellent played game. Good game plan coming in against Petoskey. Feel them out, see how they can do it. But Country Day wins it. Petoskey finishes the great year at 23-3. That's going to do it from the Jack Breslin Student Event Center on the campus of Michigan State University. For Al Pscholka, this is Joe Jason, your final here at the Breslin. Country Day 77, the Northmen of Petoskey 48. This has been the Michigan High School Athletic Association on AVS Sports.